Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to see a quick overview of attendance management system. This is developed in Java using JFrame, and for the database we have used MySQL. So I've already started the application. You can see the design. This is a login page. Over here, one button we have for closing this particular form, or we can say closing the application. Another thing which we have is we have to enter the email and password, and we have to click on login in order to log into the dashboard. So if I click on directly on this one, here you can see this invalid credentials. For me, the email is btechdays. Just now for the testing purpose, I have added this one. You can change as per your choice. And for the password also, btechdays. So I'm typing one S extra so that if I check this, we can see invalid credential we are getting. So let me just delete the last one and let's click on login. So when we have the valid login, then we move to this particular dashboard. Over here, we have the different options like register user, view user, update user, delete user, then generate QR for that particular user. Then we can view those QR codes. Then we have mark attendance, and then we have view attendance with the different features. So let's quickly explore one by one each of it. So let's click on register user. Over here, I'm going to use the dummy username. So I'm going to create a dummy 21, and I'm going to select mail and dummy 21 @email or example.com. Contact will be like this. It should be of 10 digit, else we will get an exception saying invalid contact number. We have added the validation for that. Let me just delete this one, and also I am going to delete this particular stuff. And for the address, I'm going to type dummy address. For state, I'm going to type dummy state, and for the country, I'm going to type India. And if I try to register now, you can say invalid email. Next thing what I'm going to test is I have dummy1 @example.com already registered. So I'm trying to re-register with the same email ID. That is what will happen. Let's click on this one. And okay, so this is now validating for the number. So let me enter the valid number. After this, if I register it, here you can see this duplicate email ID is thrown. So it means that this email ID already exists in our database. So we cannot use the existing email ID. Another thing is, if you already checked that whenever we have an invalid contact number, it will throw invalid contact number. It should be valid at least. So I'm going to put the valid one and this one 21, dummy 21 @example.com. Over here, we can select the image of profile image of that particular user. So if you click on this one, it will open your system explorer, and here you can search for only JPEG files. So I have two dummy images. So dummy 2, I'm going to select this one and click on OK. Here you can see this. This is the dummy image I'm going to register with. So when I click on register, here you can see this user registered successfully. Click on OK and everything will be clear. If I enter some random value and if I want to clear all of them at once, then I have the clear button as well. So if I click on this, everything is cleared. Even you have selected an image, that will also be cleared. Okay. So this is all about the user registration. Let me select one dummy image once again so that I can show you that. And here you can see this. If I clear on, this image is also cleared. So from here you can close this. So I'm going to show you how to design each piece of code. Here you can see this in the border. I have added the black color. I will show you how to do this, how to set the background image without hassle. It is very easy to do everything. Just follow step by step. Okay. So let me quickly close this. Go to view users, and here we have the view users. Over here we have multiple view users. We have this one. We have 21. We have registered right now 21. So if I click on this, here you can see that this one we have added. So if we have the image corresponding to that particular user, then the image will be visible. Else we click on this, nothing will be visible. For the first one, so the image is added. So when I click this particular user, so the image of that particular user will be shown over here. Here we can search a particular user on the basis of their name as well as the email ID. So dummy1, if I type, here you can see this dummy1, all the name which has dummy1 starting with will be shown over here. If I type example. Now here you can see this, we have only one email corresponding to that particular thing, whatever we have typed it over here. So only one will be visible. If I clear on this, and you have also observed that when I click on this particular record, there is a image is fetched and it's being set to this particular image box. If I try to search something, then it will be cleared. Why? Because the data is now being reset. So in order to do that, we have to also clear the particular image. Next thing what we have is, whenever we register a particular user, we always give them a unique registration ID. On the basis of this, the QR code will be generated and your attendance will be marked on this basis. Okay, so let me quickly close this. This is all about the view user. Next thing we have is update user. So if I click on this, here you can see this, we can search a user by their email address. So if I type dummy21@email example.com, and let me type wrong first. So I've typed dummy212@example.com. If I try to search it, here you can see this email not found. It means that this particular email doesn't exist in our database. So let's quickly click on OK, and let's now search with the valid email. So this is dummy21@example.com. So if I try to search it, here you can see this image is being fetched. And if I want to change the gender of this particular user, click on female. And if you want to update anything like address, I'm going to country India 1, dummy state 1, and this one also is 1. If I click on this update user successful, and whenever I click on OK, everything will be cleared because the task related to that one is done. So let me search that one again. So dummy21@example.com and search for it. And here you can see this one is invalid, email not found. So let me quickly clear this one. Here you can see this. Now the address is updated to 111. If I try to search for something else, like dummy1@example.com, if I search it, here you can see this, every detail is updated as per that user. If I try to search for dummy21@example.com, so if I search it, now here you can see this one is updated. And when we click on this clear button, everything, whatever is fetched will be reset. Even this image also will be cleared. So if I click on this, here you can see this one is clear. Next thing we have is delete user. So if I click on this, it will open a pop-up like this one. And over here, you can search for that every user, whatever you want. You can scroll down till end. And apart from this, what else you can do is you can reorder this columns also. This is by default feature provided by the JFrame itself. So if I scroll down here, you can see this one is which we have registered. Okay. Next thing, how to delete that particular user. Whenever you click on that particular row, it will give you a pop-up confirmation, user detail, images, QR codes, attendance, whatever you have marked so far associated with this user will be deleted. Are you sure you want to proceed? If I click on yes, then whatever attendance he or she has made so far from the past till today date will be deleted, and his images and QR codes generated by that particular user also will be deleted, and the attendances also will be deleted. So I don't want to do that for now. We will do that at the end. So click on no, and it will show another confirmation, deletion, cancel. Click on OK. And over here again, we can search for this particular one. So dummy21. So you can see this, we can filter the record as well on the basis of both the things. First one is by name and by the email. So let me quickly close this one. Next thing we have is generate QR. So when we click on this, another form will be opened, that is generate user QR. So it means that we have to select that particular user whose QR code you want to generate. So I have registered this particular 21. So if I click on this, it will fetch the data related to this particular user and it will generate a QR code for us. So if I click on save QR, so what it will does is in the project, we have created a folder called QR code. So at that folder, all the QR code will be stored. But apart from that, what you want is you want to save that particular QR code on the screen or some other folders. Then you can choose this option, save QR code at. So if I click on this, you will get the option where you want to save. By default, this dummy21@example.com PNG, this name will be given. You can store at any given point. any given location. So if I go over here, if I select whatever you want to select, you can select this particular stuff. Click on save. It will So it will not be able to do that because in the C folder we don't have access. Okay. So next thing, let me quickly change this one to desktop itself. Desktop is fine. Save it, and here you can see this QR code saved successfully. If I want to save that particular QR code in my project itself, so we can click on this save QR. So QR code saved successfully. If you want to click on the another one, so here you can see this. Now the QR code is changing as the details of that particular related to that particular thing is also being changed. Next thing, let me quickly close this one. Another thing which we have is view QRs. So it means that all the QRs we have generated and saved in the project itself will be shown. So dummy21@example.com we have generated right now. So it's being shown over here. Let me quickly move back to generate QR, and for the 6th number I'm going to save once again. And for the 11th also I'm going to generate the QR and save it. So click on OK. Let me quickly close this one and go to view QRs, and here you can see this. For 11 we have, for 1 we have generated for 6 also. So over here also, let me quickly take a photo of this particular QR in my phone so that while I'm marking the attendance, I can show this particular QR. Okay. Let me quickly close this one. In this way over here, you can see the different QRs and you can share with the registered user so that they can mark the attendance. So let me quickly close this one and let me open the mark attendance folder. So when I click on this mark attendance, what will happen is it will open a pop-up which will basically open the camera. And here you can see the time is running with all the seconds. Another thing is, right now you have observed that we have already generated a QR code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show that QR code to the camera. So here you can see this, it will show the name and either the user is checked in or checked out. And after 5 seconds, all the things, whatever is loaded, that user profile will be gone. Again, I'm trying to check in. So here you can see this, your work duration is less than 5 minutes. You can check out after 4 minutes, 45 seconds. It will show an error. It means that user should at least work for 5 minutes. You can change the time as per your choice. But here you can see this, it works in this way. So if it is the user work for 5 minutes and then only they can check out. Let me try with an invalid QR code, which is earlier I have generated. If I try with that particular QR code, here you can see this, user is not registered or deleted. Suppose I have generated a QR code and the user is deleted in later period of time. In that case, what will happen is it will show the message that user is not registered with our system. So let me try to check out for another way. Here you can see this, already check out for the day. Suppose dummy one has already registered previously and checked in previously and checked out again for the day. So in that case, that user won't be able to check in again. If that particular user is trying to check out again, in that case, what will happen is, here you can see that it shows 3 minutes 33 seconds. So we will try this after 3 minutes 33 seconds. So let me quickly close this one and then we will see what are the things which is done whenever we are trying to check out. So let's quickly, in the meanwhile, we will explore the view attendance. If we go to the view attendance, here you can see this, we have marked a multiple user stuff. That is dummy 1, dummy 2, dummy 3. These users have earlier logged in, logged out as well. Here we have on date. So if you select on/from, what is the difference between these two? I will explain. So if I select 1, so it means that on this particular date, on the day 1/4/2024, no user has checked in or checked out. Whenever this second calendar is not selected, it means that on this particular day, it is trying to fetch. If I go over here and if I select a date 12, in that case, it is trying to fetch the user from 1 to 12. Let me just increase the dates. If I try to 19, if I try till 24, let me try for 25. So 1 to 25, this much user has been logged in or logged out. If I select 26 over here and let me reset all filters. and let me check for 26 only. So today, dummy 1, dummy 9, dummy 5, dummy 21 has been checked in. And here you see this, we have the check-in time as well, 17:48, 17:49. Here you can see this. We have different users. These are the check boxes. When you select, suppose in this one here you can see there's a contact is not visible. So if I check this, then the contact will be visible over here. That particular column you can add into this table. If I select the address, then address will be visible over here. If I select the state, state will be visible over here. Country will be visible over here. Unique registration ID, if I select it, then that particular will be visible over here. You can remove it as well. In any order you can remove. It will work as fine as it is. Another thing, we have one button. Whatever filters you have applied, you can simply click on this. It will reset all the filters whatever you have applied. So here you can see this, everything is reset. Again, over here you can search by the name as well as the email. So let me search for dummy 12, dummy 21 @email.com. Sorry, example.com. Here you can see this, we got another thing that is present and absent. It means that whenever you try to search for a specific user, so specific user detail will be shown over here. So if there is only one user listed in the table, in that case you will get this absent and present. This will be shown only for today because it's trying to search for today. If you select a date, from date 1st to date 30th, I want to check when this user is working. So if I select this one, here you can see this user is absent 22 days but present 0 days. Why? Because this user has not checked out, it's checked in. So this is being marked as absent as well. So how this absent is 22? Because we have selected 1 to 30. So total days are 30, but it's showing only 22. Because we have removed all the holidays like Saturday and Sunday. So if you observe, here we have 4 and this side 4. So if you minus 8 from 30, it will be 22. So let's quickly reset the filter and check for another user who has logged out. So this dummy 1 @example.com has logged out. So let me search for him. So here you can see this is present 2 times over here. So the filter is only for this user. If I try to select the dates between these two, here you can see this 2 days present and 20 days absent. So this was present in 25 and 26. So if I select between 25 and 26, in that case you can see only 2 days is there. So the 2 days this particular user is present. None of the time this one is absent. So this is how exactly this works. So let's quickly go and check for the logout. So if I go over here, go to mark attendance, and I'm trying to check out for that particular user. So here you can see this, it's showing the dummy user, the work duration is 6 minutes. At what time it has checked out. And also it will have a text will be mentioned that checkout. If I again try with the same QR code for the same day, here you can see this already checked out for the day, and here only the image and the name will be visible over. So this is how exactly it works. I'm going to show you how exactly to develop each and every piece of code, and I'm going to provide all the required jars to turn on the camera, to generate the QR code, to set all the images and all the background. It's everything I'm going to show you in detail. So just stay tuned and subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video.